Lightweight EMTBs are often misunderstood, but I believe that they feel the most natural and the most instinctive to ride if you've been riding mountain bikes for a long time. And I've got something with me today that can turn one of these into the most versatile styles of EMTB on the market. Come with me for a ride. You'll have to excuse the vlog style in today's video because I just wanted to make a trailside video going out for a ride on the right style bike for me, which is a light EMTB. Now, I think in today's market where there's so much variety and so much choice out there, which is great, a lot of people just think because they can get a light full power bike, it's the right one for them. And I'm not sure it is. It's definitely not for me. One of the things about going mountain biking is really feeling the terrain. Now, don't get me wrong here, EMTBs, the full powered options, are phenomenal what you're able to do on the bike. So things you're unable to climb. But the fact is, unless you really need one, or perhaps you've got the type of geography on your doorstep that you can really use the full power and the torque of one of those things, I think a lot of people are in risk of missing out on the feel of a mountain bike ride. Now, what I mean by that is the burning in your legs, your lungs being on fire, your head pulsing as you're really like giving it to get up stuff. That can be missed really easily on a full powered bike. Now, I'm not suggesting one thing is better than the other, but for me, it's all about the feel of a ride. I want to be able to feel everything. I want to work the terrain. I want to get all of those sensations. And the fact is, for where I ride most of the time, I can't get that on a full powered EMTB. This has become my best friend in recent times. So not too long ago, I made a video talking about the Neat, which is still a very special bike to me. It's a lot lighter than this. So this is around 21.5 kilos. It's made of alloy. But the form of the bike is virtually the same geometry, same configuration. But this one has the Bosch SX motor in it with a 400 watt-hour battery. And that is enough for me for most of the riding that I do. And also, I might sound weird saying this, but I quite like a bit of range anxiety when I go out for rides in the UK, because I've got to work really hard on this to get the most out of it. And I love that. I think it's great. But also, the range extender has come into play. And that puts me nearly at the same realm as big full powered bikes. I can add 65% of range onto this. That has changed a lot of things. This is the Bosch Powermore Range Extender. It's a 250 watt-hour battery. It charges using the same existing charger you have for your Bosch bike. It has a little display so you can see on the bottom there what sort of power you are up to. And depending on the model of bike you have with the Bosch motor, it will fit anything with a Gen 4 smart system or the newer Gen 5. The limiting factor on some manufactured bikes is the physical size of the battery, and also the access port. So you'll have to check with your manufacturer. It does work on our bikes. Now, for example, the Crafty here has the full power 85 Newton meters, 600 watt peak power Bosch CX Gen 5 system on it. This has a massive 800 watt hour battery that I rarely use, but somehow, if that's not enough for you, you could add one of these to it, turn it into a 1050 watt hour beast with an additional 31% range on there. I mean, that's monstrous what you could do with that thing. However, I really see the benefit of one of these in combination with a lightweight e-bike. Now, this one is the Mondraker Sly. It uses the SX system from Bosch on it. So it has a 400 watt-hour integrated battery in the down tube. It uses a 55 Newton meters of torque motor, but it will still kick out 600 watts peak power. Now, when I add the Powermore Range Extender to that, I get an increased 65% range. I think that this could be the perfect setup with one of these for many riders. We'll dive into the specs of the Powermore a bit later. So one of the things that's brilliant about this motor, but what people struggle with, is to really make it sing. You've got to be doing like over 90 RPM to get that full 600 watts. For me, that's a good thing, because it reminds me of having to push really hard on regular mountain bikes. I get the same exact feeling on this. I can just go quicker for longer. Whoa. There's something else about the lightweights versus the full powers too. So I'm working hard, my heart rate is up most of the time here, but also my legs are burning just the same as I used to ride on more regular bikes, and the same as when I ride my cross-country bike. For where I ride and the terrain I like to ride, I basically can't do that on a full power bike. Okay, so let's look at the range extender in a bit more detail with some of the stats about this. So, as I explained before, it's a 250 watt-hour range extender, compatible with Gen 4 and Gen 5 if it's the smart system. Now, they're not compatible with all bikes, and it's not because of the motor system, it's more about the placement on the frames. The weight of these things is 1.46 kilograms, which, considering what this gives you on your bike, I think it's quite astonishing. You can also run your bike exclusively on this. So for example, if your main battery was completely dead, you can run on this. It will have a limited power output. It does take it down somewhere in the region of around 80%, but you can run it just on this. So it's a really versatile piece of kit. Now, when you plug it in, as long as you've enabled it in the software on the app itself, you can actually see both battery statuses, your onboard battery and the range extender. It's really cool the way it works. I had a great morning riding, used quite a bit of battery, and fancy having a bit of a longer ride the rest of the day. So now I put that range extender on, I just don't have to worry about it. Oh. And like I said before, on the lightweight systems, to use it, you've really got to use your own power. With the S8 motor, you can't let it pull you up the hill like those full power systems. You've got to be fully engaged the whole time, just like you are on more traditional mountain bikes. And for me, that is what feels so good. This is like mountain biking 2.0. Steaming along. Oh man, these things are fun. Thanks for joining me on the ride today. Hopefully you've understood a little bit about why I think the lightweight bikes hold a real important part. It's all about sort of not being desensitized from the feeling that I crave so much. Anyone out there feel the same as me? I'd love to know from you if you do. Do you get that same thing, that sort of urgency about riding, that you really want to feel it that bit more? Or would you rather just have the big full powered motor that just gets you up there? Either way, it's mountain biking and it's fun, so it's all good. I'd love to know what you think in this video. Please let us know in the comments underneath. And more to the point, let us know if you like the idea of a lightweight bike, if you prefer the idea of a full powered bike, or would a lightweight bike plus a range extender give you the most versatile option that you'd maybe not considered? And out of interest, one other option, if you ride a full power bike, would you also be interested in the range extender, going full house, making it an absolute monster? Let us know in the comments underneath. There's going to be some links down there to some of our other lightweight MTBs, because we've got quite a few lightweight EMTBs. We've got the Neat, we've got the Sly, and we've got the Dune, and they're all completely different. Thanks again for watching. See you in another video soon. Ta-ra.